There's a 400-year-old verse in the Hanuman Chalisa which describes the exact distance between the earth and the sun, a number NASA confirmed centuries later. Welcome to the Conscious Mic. I'm Alpa Pandya, and this space is where I share stories, verses and revelations from Sanatan Dharma that continue to blow my mind and hopefully stir something in you too. If you're into this kind of spiritual depth and discovery, hit subscribe. This is a new channel and your support helps bring these ancient truths back into the light. Now, lately I've been reconnecting with the Hanuman Chalisa in a much deeper way. And when I look closely at one particular verse, it left me speechless. Growing up in the UK as a Gujarati, like many of you who are watching my channel, I was taught to recite the Hanuman Chalisa from a very young age, and my parents made sure that we said it. But if I'm being really honest, I didn't really know what I was saying or why I was even reciting it. It was just one of those Indian things we did, right? And I think many of you can relate to what I'm trying to say here. But now, years later, and as I've grown and got into my mid-40s, and now I've hit 50, by the way, and more so in the last 12 months, I've come to realize how powerful, how coded, and how transformative the Hanuman Chalisa actually is. Now, in Hinduism, we all have what's known as a Gurdev or a Gurdevi, and that is a divine protector or guiding deity for the family and for the whole kutum, if you like. And for me and my family, Hanumanji is our Gurdev, who is the fierce protector, the remover of fear, the symbol of unstoppable strength and unwavering devotion. And for my Western viewers and non-Indian viewers who are tuned to my channel, and I know that a lot of you are from America and quite a few are from the Middle East as well. I got a lot of followers from India, but you will know what I'm talking about. But for my Western viewers, Hanuman is referred to as the monkey god in the Hindu religion and scriptures. And yet most of us have never truly understood the depth of the Chalisa. And when I'm talking about depth, I'm talking about the science, because there is a science, there is an energy, and there's an ancient knowledge which it holds. And I've been reciting it daily now, and the shifts that I'm experiencing are very, very real. So in today's episode, and this is the reason that I'm doing this video, is I'm going beyond the words of the Chalisa. I'm going to share with you not only the story and science behind a specific verse of the Chalisa, but what it means for you, for your inner power and the divine force that lives within all of us. So if this resonates, give it a like, give it a share, and share it with someone who needs to reconnect with their roots or their power, and drop a comment as well. I do try and read each and every comment, and I'd love to know what your spiritual journey has been like too. So let's dive in. So the verse that I'm going to recite is it's the 18th verse, or chopai, which is known as, of the Hanuman Chalisa. It says, Yug sahasra jojan parbhanu lilyo tahi madhur phal janu. What does that actually mean? So if I dissect that word by word, it vividly describes young Hanuman as a very young child mistaking the sun for a sweet fruit and leaping across the vast distance to swallow it. And that's a powerful metaphor for his divine strength and innocence. And what that translates is, you swallowed the sun situated thousands of yojanas away, mistaking it for a sweet fruit. So if we break down that meaning, Yug sahasra yojan parbhanu. So the sun, that's what Bhanu is, that's the sun they're referring to, was thousands of yojanas, an ancient unit of distance, that's what a yojana is, away. And then the second part of that is Lilyo tahi madhur phal janu. Yet you, Hanuman, swallowed it, thinking it was a sweet fruit. So as you hear that, it's very poetic and symbolic. It's a symbolic way to express Lord Hanuman's incredible power and his fearlessness and divine innocence as a child. But let's just pause for a minute and let's kind of marvel at the science which is actually tucked inside this one verse. In fact, the science is tucked inside the whole of this Chalisa. There's 40 verses in the Hanuman Chalisa, hence that's what Chalisa means, 40. But this one verse of the Hanuman Chalisa, Yug sahasra jojan parbhanu lilyo tahi madhur phal janu. So translated it, as I've said, it says, you Hanuman leapt across a distance of thousands of yojanas and swallowed the sun, mistaking it for a sweet fruit. Now, here's where it gets mind-blowing. So this is the science, and this is according to Vedic measurement, okay? So if we just take the first word, yug, so one yug is equal to 12,000 years, right? Sahasra equals 1,000, and one yojan is approximately 8 miles or 13 kilometres. That's the calculation. So if we actually do the maths, then 12,000 times 1,000 times 8 equals 96 million, right? So 96 million miles. And here's where the mic drop is. That is astonishingly close to the modern scientific estimate of the Earth and the sun distance. So the distance from what the Earth is to the sun is actually 93 million miles, or approximately 150 million kilometers. And that's according to NASA science.
Oh my God.
So now you tell me, how did Tulsidas, a great sage who actually penned the Hanuman Chalisa in the 16th century, encode the astronomical distance, give or take 5%, to the sun in a devotional hymn with no telescope, no satellite, no space program? Absolutely mind-boggling, isn't it? Because the truth is this: our Vedic scriptures were never just stories, which is what a lot of people, especially Western Indians, should I say, that's what we think, because we haven't delved into our scriptures. They were encrypted layers of cosmic intelligence, waiting for us to evolve enough to decode them. And I'm not just talking about Western Indians, I'm talking about Indians all over the world, whether you're an Indian from India, an Indian from Africa, an Indian from UK, an Indian from America, Australia, and as you go on, it doesn't matter. I can guarantee there's a lot of people that don't know this, and they haven't uncoded the Hanuman Chalisa, or for any Hindu scripture for that matter. We have got so many. But if we just concentrate on this, now they are cosmic codes in the Hanuman Chalisa, and they carry scientific, astronomical and energetic truths far ahead of their time. And that's the key here, ahead of their time. I mean, our scientists and NASA are only just finding out all of this recently in the last 100 odd years, but this has been going on for centuries. So this verse, composed centuries ago, encoded a figure modern space science only confirmed in the last couple of 100 years. As I say, no telescopes, no NASA, no Hubble, just deep divine intelligence passed down through Vedic wisdom. It's just amazing, isn't it? So what does this tell us? It tells us that our scriptures aren't just spiritual poetry. It's not mythological, and it really does my head in, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of Bollywood stars being interviewed by various different YouTubers and podcasters and, other directors and all this. And when they talk about mythology, they always put the Hindu scriptures and they describe it as Indian mythology. It's not mythology. This is something that is real. It's true. It happened. And there's proof of it. So reading the Hanuman Chalisa daily isn't just devotional, it's transformational. So please don't see it as a mythological poem that you're reading Or, I'm going to do another video on this because it really, really gets on my nerves when I see people from India talking about this as, they say, mythological. It's not. Please, my Indian brothers and sisters and my Bollywood favorite stars, and I've grown up watching Bollywood movies. I've interviewed many Bollywood stars when I was a radio host working for the BBC and various commercial radio stations. And when I hear you say mythological, it is not mythological. It's transformational. It's real. It awakens something ancient and powerful within us. So Hanuman isn't just out there. He is the divine potential within us. So when you chant, you're not just praising him, you're activating him in you. So the next time you hear Yug Sahasra Yojan Parabhanu, know that it's more than poetry. It's a bridge between faith and fact, devotion and discovery. And it's just one example of how deeply our scriptures already knew what modern science is only beginning to confirm. And there's so much that modern science still doesn't know about life, the universe, and what's yet to unfold. But it's all there, written in the Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the greatest Vedic scriptures that speaks of cosmology, astronomy, genealogy, geography, legends, music, dance, yoga, and the very culture of divine consciousness. If this stirred something in you, hit subscribe. This is a new channel, and your support helps bring these ancient truths back into the light. You've been listening to The Conscious Mic, where wisdom and truth finds its voice again.